Today, we're going to be talking about distributive properties of multiplication. Let us start first with this first problem. 3 multiplied by x plus 4. So it would be 3 multiplied by x plus 3 multiplied by 4. And so 3 multiplied by x would be 3x plus 3 multiplied by 4 would be 12. For this problem, 5 multiplied by y minus 2. What you're going to do here is to distribute 5 multiplied by y and 5 multiplied by negative 2. That's what I did here earlier. And so it would be 5 multiplied by y plus 5 multiplied by negative 2 because it is negative 2 here. And so multiply this one by one, you will get 5 multiplied by y would be 5y. 5 multiplied by negative 2 would be negative 10. Negative 2 multiplied by a minus 6. So it would be negative 2 multiplied by a minus, because it is minus 2, minus negative 2 multiplied by negative 6. So it would be negative 2 times a would be negative 2a, and negative 2 multiplied by negative 6 would be positive 12. Just in case you don't know, when you multiply a negative by another negative, it would be a positive. Let us move on with here. 7 multiplied by x minus 3. It would be 7 multiplied by x plus 7 multiplied by negative 3. So the answer would be 7x minus 21, because 7 multiplied by negative 3 here would be negative 21. Negative 4 multiplied by y plus 8. It would be negative 4 multiplied by y minus 4 multiplied by 8. So it would be negative 4 times y would be negative 4y, and negative 4 multiplied by 8 would be negative 32. So this would be the answer. Let us move on with this. X plus 2 multiplied by 3. This is basically also 3 multiplied by x and 3 multiplied by 2. So it would be like x multiplied by 3 plus 2 multiplied by 3. The same can be also be reversed, so it would be like 3 multiplied by x plus 3 multiplied by 2. The answer is the same. Let us try this. And so it would be x multiplied by 3 would be 3x plus 2 multiplied by 3 would be 6. Same as here also, 3 multiplied by x would be 3x plus 3 multiplied by 2 would be 6. So they are the same answer. It does not matter what the order is as long as you distribute it amongst themselves. Because if you think about this, x plus 2 multiplied by 3 is like 3 multiplied by x plus 2. So it's just like that. 4 multiplied by 2a plus 5. It would be 4 multiplied by 2a plus 4 multiplied by 5. So the answer would be 4 multiplied by 2a would be 8a, and 4 times 5 would be 20. So this would be the answer. For this, 6a multiplied by 3a minus 2, it would be 6a multiplied by 3a plus 6a multiplied by negative 2. So the answer would be 6 multiplied by 3 would be 18, and a multiplied by a would be a squared, or a raised to the power of 2. And so 6a multiplied by negative 2 would be negative 12a. this would be the answer. Let us try these examples. For this, it will be a binomial multiplied by a binomial. I'm sure your class has taught now the FOIL method. But this is basically it. You distribute x first to these two. So it would be x multiplied by x and x multiplied by 3. So it would be x multiplied by x plus x multiplied by 3. And you will distribute 4 to these two also. 4 multiplied by x and 4 multiplied by 3. So it would be plus 4 multiplied by x plus 4 multiplied by 3. This is just like the earlier examples, but instead we will do it twice now. So x multiplied by x would be x squared. X multiplied by 3 here would be 3x. 4 multiplied by x would be 4x. And 4 multiplied by 3 would be 12. And so, add the common terms. You can see here, the common terms here are 3x and 4x because they all have x of their variable. They are not equal to x squared because it is x squared and not x. So, just add this together. So, it would be x squared. Because these two are both positive, 3x and 4x, you add them together. So, it would be plus 7x plus 12. So, this would be the final answer. Let us try this one. 2y minus 1 multiplied by y multiplied by plus 6, You can think of this as another way like 2y multiplied by y plus 6 plus, minus, since this is negative 1, so it would be minus, let's just do this, minus 1 multiplied by y plus 6. So, let's base it off of our previous examples. Let's focus here on this. 2y multiplied by y plus 6. So, it would be 2y multiplied by y plus 2y multiplied by 6. After that is done, let's focus on negative 1 multiplied by y plus 6. So, it would be negative 1 multiplied by y minus 1 multiplied by 6. This is the FOIL method that they are talking about. You take first the multiplication of this and 2y plus 6, and you will take the multiplication of negative 1 of y and the outer. Now let us simplify this. 2y multiplied by y would be 2y squared plus 2y multiplied by 6 would be 12y. Negative 1 multiplied by y would be simply negative y. You can also put negative 1y here, but that is not that necessary. So, you can just put negative y. And negative 1 multiplied by 6 would be negative of 6. Add these two because they have the common term of y. So, the final answer here would be 2y squared, and 12y minus y would be, this is basically 1y as we said earlier, so 12 minus 1 would be 11 of y minus 6. Let us start. 3x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 5. So, focus on 3x first and distribute it amongst x minus 5. So, it would be 3x multiplied by x plus 3x multiplied by negative 5. And after that, multiply 2 amongst x minus 5. So, it would be plus 2 multiplied by x plus 2 multiplied by negative of 5. simplify this. 3x multiplied by x would be 3x squared. 3x multiplied by negative 5 would be negative 15 of x. Plus 2 multiplied by x would be 2x. And 2 multiplied by negative 5 would be negative 10. Combine the like terms or the common terms, which is negative 15 of x and 2 of x. So it would be 3x squared. And negative 15 of x plus 2 of x would be negative 13 of x minus 10. Negative 5x plus y multiplied by 2x plus 2y. So once again, focus on negative 5 of x and multiply this amongst this to 2x plus 2y. So it would be negative 5 of x multiplied by 2x minus 5 of x multiplied by 2y. And after that, multiply y amongst these two, which would be 2x plus 2y. So it would be plus y multiplied by 2x plus y multiplied by 2y. Simplify this expression. Negative 5x multiplied by 2x would be negative 10 of x squared. Negative 5 of x multiplied by 2y would be negative 10x and y. Plus negative y multiplied by 2x would be 2xy. And y multiplied by 2y would be 2y squared. Add these common terms because they have the variable of x, y. So it would be negative 10x squared. Negative 10 plus 2 would be negative 8x y plus 2y2. Negative 3 multiplied by 2x plus 7. It would be negative 3 multiplied by 2x minus 3 multiplied by 7. So it would be negative 3 multiplied by 2x would be negative 6 of x. Negative 3 multiplied by 7 would be negative 21. 5 multiplied by 4a plus 3b. It would be 5 multiplied by 4a plus 5 multiplied by 3b. Final answer would be 5 times 4 would be 20. And multiply this by a, it would be 20a plus 5 times 3b would be 15b. Negative 2 multiplied by 3x minus 4y. It would be negative 2 multiplied by 3x minus 2 multiplied by negative 4y. Final answer would be negative 6x plus 8 of y, because 2 multiplied by negative 4y would be 8, positive 8y. For this, 6 multiplied by x plus 2y plus 3. Do not be overwhelmed, just distribute this once again by 6 multiplied by x, 6 multiplied by negative 2y, and 6 multiplied by 3. So it would be simply 6 multiplied by x plus 6 multiplied by negative 2y plus 6 multiplied by 3. So the final answer would be 6 multiplied by x would be 6x. 6 multiplied by negative 2y would be negative 12y. And 6 times 3 would be 18. Negative 4 multiplied by 2m plus n minus 5. It would be negative 4 multiplied by 2m minus 4 multiplied by n minus 4 multiplied by negative of 5. It would be negative 8 of m minus 4 of n plus 20. Negative 2x multiplied by x squared plus 4x plus 10. It would be negative 2 of x multiplied by x squared minus 2x multiplied by 4 of x minus 2x multiplied by 10. So the final answer would be 2x multiplied by x squared would be negative 2x cubed or raised to the power of 3. Negative 2x multiplied by 4 of x would be negative 8 of x squared. And negative 2x multiplied by 10 would be negative 20 of x.